Anyway, let's see how it goes. We got a couple days ahead of us. This will be a good test. All right. Well, it's the first morning in our teardrop. We're just cleaning up after having breakfast. All our technical things work really well. Our fridge, our microwave. Still haven't had any sun, and we're at 12.5 volts. It's pretty good. Our stove worked good. But our big issue was leaks in the window. We slept on it last night because we had to. Look at the water stains. And the water came in through the glass here. You can see it's like a big gap. Crazy. Even dirt coming through. So, very disappointed about that. Not sure what to do about the doors, but it's probably something. I'm sure we're not the only ones with this problem, so maybe there's some solution. Anyway, we're picking up now, getting ready to head to Iowa City. And the other issue was water coming in through our seal. See how the water's still coming in? I think it's down in between here. And there's water still in there, so it just keeps kind of dripping. Concerned about it damaging my plywood, as this is not exterior grade, right? Funny, it's only on that one side. Well, it leaked in here too, but this side is worse. I think I need to silicone this edge. We'll keep you informed on that too. All right, talk to you later. So I got my teardrop in a garage right now. Another garage than usual. We have reached our destination, and we've been here a little bit. And so now I'm just kind of going over things that were problems. Let me just show you some fixes. I had a little bit of issue with the when you prop this up and it's pivoting on here. This hinge kind of, you know, the weight pivots here. The hinge kind of can rock back and forth, and depending on what angle your trailer's at, you get the door actually shifting one way or another. So I put a screw on each end of the hinge, so you can see that stops it from, it's literally in this door side of the hinge, right? So it just keeps it from sliding back and forth. I think that'll fix it. We'll see. Another issue, remember we talked about leaks in the weather stripping. I don't know if I showed you that, but I caulked it with silicone. And I also got the gutter, the rubber gutter. I'm just hanging it here because it's all bundled up and it had some wrinkles in it. I'm kind of hoping it just kind of... But anyway, we'll stick that here on this side to catch the water. Another issue was my... I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I had this pin to hold my shelf in place. And we're getting dents. Let me turn the light on here. Getting dents. I had a real good dent there. These rolls of tape were sitting here like this. A bit discouraging, like that. I closed it. It literally cracked that plywood. Not good. Anyway, back to this. So I got rid of this pin because that's what was sticking up here. Not that it happened all the time, but if you left it up. So I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I used magnets. So, and that's got a pretty good hold there. So that'll do the trick. I think the only other thing I'll do is maybe put some felt against the edge here so that, you know, when we pull it, you're not rubbing. I'd also like to get it away from this weather strip here a little bit. See that? So if it stays away from it, when you pull it down, it's not gonna rub against there. Anyway, happy with that. What else? Oh, so I called about the windows leaking, and apparently that is the way they're designed. If this works right, the idea is that the water comes in and goes down into the channel and comes out of this sweep hole down here. So when I called Vintage Technology about it, they told me it is because my inside of the cabin is just too airtight, which I think is true. So what's happening is causing a low pressure in the inside, and it's basically just sucking the water into the cabin. So the answer is to put a vent. So I just ordered a vent. We'll probably put it on the other side. It's basically a 3-inch hole that you drill, round hole, and then it's got a cover that goes over it. But it looks pretty stylish. You know, in this case, I'm going to probably put it right about here. And it's got kind of like a triangle wing. So the air passes by it, and the opening is on the back side of it, but it's kind of more flat. I actually ordered 2, because I think what I'm going to also do is get a vent in the below this refrigerator. I don't know if you can see it in there. Not really, but what I did is I took the handle off the, or I should say the hatch off the opening there for more air flow. But I think on that end of it, I can drill a hole right through. I think 3 inches is just about it. That might be a little tight, but I think we can figure something out. Maybe it doesn't even need a grill on the inside. Though I guess you got to keep bugs out of it. But we'll look at it and see how that goes, even if it's just to have that exterior piece that keeps it weather tight. And that'll help get air into the fridge area. So it's all these little things. I'm still, I guess my other issue is I seem to be getting, I think I'm getting water up right about here. You can see, you can't tell now with the hatch open, but I think I got to do something a little more there. And same here. This one has seemed worse. You actually can see, I don't know if you can see in that little gap. I meant to caulk that, but you know, Russian. So we'll take care of that. The other thing I did, I put a battery disconnect, power disconnect. Let me just turn the lights on in here. So this little, basically it's just a knob that you undo, and it shuts the power off between the batteries. So I just thought it would be good to have a place that you could just quickly shut your power off if necessary. But that's it for today anyway. It's gotten late enough, and I'll continue working on this. So it's to go camping next weekend up in Vermont. So that's it for now.